is the Wall Street. This is the Wall Street Beat Show, SICKDOE and Crypto. And if you didn't know, now you know, bitches. There's Wall Street, I don't know. It's SICKDOE and Crypto, don't flip, yo. There's Wall Street, I don't know. It's SICKDOE and Crypto, don't flip, yo. Pause, I'm back. Nigga, SICKDOE and Crypto. We got these indicators. Don't be a hater or a hoe. I gotta let you know we're making SICKDOE and Crypto. Hit the like and subscribe. We're going on the run. I get excited when I buy crypto. I said I get excited when I buy crypto. You gotta keep your emotions. I said I get excited when I buy. It's time to settle the score. You don't want to trade crypto no more. If you don't understand that emotion, will take you to another place, and now you'll chase the red candle. Can't stand you. There's Wall Street. I don't know. It's SICKDOE and Crypto. Don't flip, yo.
Wall Street.
What's the favorite saying? Wish I bought.
SICKDOE in Crypto.
It goes up really high. What's the favorite saying? Wish I
Bought more. Wall Street Pete, SICKDOE in Crypto. How's everybody doing this morning? Thursday. One more day. It's Friday. We get the weekend coming in. You hit the like, you hit the subscribe. We talk about the crypto world. We talk about crypto news. We talk about all that kind of fun stuff. If you're interested in the crypto news, if you're interested in a positive guy who used to actually work on Wall Street, well, then this might be the channel for you. Every day we talk about positivity, crypto news, and live technical analysis. Here's some of the news. A little bit of a day old. We talked about it on my channel. If you are following us, well, pay attention. We're going to do a couple things today. PlaySide, ASX, PLY, share price surges on Shiba Inu Games deal. Shiba Inu has now formed and partnered up with PlaySide Studios, agreement with Shiba Inu Games. Under this agreement, PlaySide will provide production, design, engineering, art, user interface, and experience development services to Shiba Inu Games on a new game title during the 8-month term of agreement. So they're going to see what's going on. Non-fungible tokens, NFTs are now going to be involved. You'll be able to collect cards. You'll be able to collect Shiba Inu playing games just like anything else in this world. Good morning, Jackson. Good morning, Aaron. And good morning, everyone. Gary, what's up? Just wanted to show you a video. Start winning. Decentraland Mana. This was 9 months ago. The price was 34 cents. I'm a little embarrassed. I just started out YouTubing.
We are going to blow the hell up. All right? So if you were to buy it right now, I would.
I would.
I'm going to go to bed now. It's almost 4 in the morning.
These were my 4 in the mornings trying to figure out average deviation, high volatility. I talked about.
Follow me. You like and subscribe.
I used to do this. This was a chart of high volatility. This is average deviation formula. And a lot of people are probably like, what the is that? I actually know how this works. I do understand how you can find out the observations, and you do get some indicators a little further in depth. We've never gone over this really on my channel. It's hard to explain, but I did try to show people average deviation was 0.16 on my last 6 observations, high volatility indicator. We'll talk about that maybe in the future. Maybe we'll take classes. I'm not sure what we're going to do. We don't have really time for it the way the crypto world is moving. But check out that video. We were talking about Mana Decentraland all the way back 9 months ago when it was 34 cents. So imagine where I bought it at. Imagine where we had it. Imagine where I sold it. Yeah, we made some money. Would we have loved to have held our bags longer? Yes. But there's things, that we do. Like right now, Bitcoinami. We weren't talking about that yet. But I did mean to come to it, and we'll do TA on a couple live picks for you. So we'll probably do 2 TA tokens. So give me 2 of your TA. I'm going to give you my tokens real quick before we go into that. Bitcoinami. One of the tokens for 2022. I do expect to make significant growth, perhaps help turn my 1,000 that I just started investing another 1,000 to possibly make. We're talking about another 10K and then turn the 10K into 100 grand. That's what we're trying to do this year for just one platform. So you can imagine what our goals are on the other platforms. But one platform, we're going to turn $1,000 into 100K in 2022. Like I said, and Bitcoinami is going to be one of of them. Could be an upward W forming. I wanted to talk about Bitcoinami. What the hell happened last night? Why I sold at 787 and beyond near the $8, and high volatility did show. If you're tired of your money going up and down, I mean, I know it gets crazy, but there's things you can do to protect yourself. This is TradingView. Pay $10 a month. You do not have to do that click advertisement pop-ups, but pay attention definitely to mention upward W possible in here. I did tell you and I did show you this chart has been here for a long time. This drawing was showing you come in this like J-like substance pop up. It was in form of a W. Now as we see, this is Bitcoinami. Bitco is the 4 abbreviation. So now we'll come in, and now if we hit resistance here, it's going to tell me I have a problem. I have a big problem at the 716, 715, 714 area. It's all within a cent. Understand we hit resistance, we're going to be doing a dead cat bounce. Don't want to do that. Don't want the resistance there. So what I want from Bitcoinami on this next move is the 780 breakthrough. We want to finish a 4-hourly candle above that price. I know that's asking for a lot right now at this current moment, but a big pullback over 61.8. That's the Fibonacci sequence pullback. If anyone was wondering what you're talking about, short term, just short term, it fell pretty hard, over 50%, I would imagine. And what did I say? Well, when I'm looking at it, it's a little over. So 78.6 in the Fibonacci sequence. We finished above the 4-hourly at the 613. So I did buy more. And if you follow me on wallst.pete, you'll know we talked about Bitcoinami this morning. It was a big deal. And I did say, well, I'm buying again. More at $6 and cheaper if you can. Very good. Very nice. This is what we did. Not a financial advisor, but a gentleman who does like to wear the visor, as you know. So this is the Wall Street Pete Show. If you're just tuning in, gentleman who used to work on Wall Street, does technical analysis, loves it. You do have to find your research. If you don't do research, you're going to get killed in this market. So do your own research. This is not financial advice. We're going to do TA on Man at the Central Land and Jasmine. After I'm done talking about the top tokens that are going to get me to 100K, it's very important. So one of them being is Engine. Engine is going to get me to 10K, 100K. I say 10K because you got to get to 10K first. So pay attention definitely to mention as we're consolidating, coming down, coiling up in an upward trajectory move. I am excited for Engine, the Japanese gaming token. Do understand 321, 322 currently flipped resistance support is coming. So we're going to get the resistance there at the 321, 322. Look at it to come into play, see if we can break through, and then you'll find out if we can break the 370 mark. If we can break the 368, 365 is what we've really been fighting. I say 370 mark because that's my mark for me to pay attention. These are my strategies only, so understand. So Bitcoinami, Engine, and I'm trying to get back to this price here, which is something we're looking to see here. As you can tell, all the way in August, the beginning of the summer, we came up to peak, we thought, in that month of September coming through. We had a horrible September, but do you understand, October, the October month took us in somewhere. So we're now consolidating, coming down. There was a big pullback here on Engine. This is the Engine token, first big gaming token. So you have to pay attention to that. Mario Brothers were created by the Japanese, and now if you understand, Final Fantasy and Pokemon were also one of them. So if you do see we have room to grow here, if we do come down and break below this support level that we currently have at the 275, well then you'll know that we're probably going to see another support level touch of the bottom of 250. So I don't expect none of that to happen. I really don't. I think we're done with all of that fall. I think we'll be safe from hitting 250 again. I do believe, in my opinion, without looking at any crazy indicators and just going with the fundamentals at this point, I do see that, well, now I look at the indicator, I'm cheating. Pay attention as the indicator is now changing the trend, as the trend is your friend. Well, if it's your friend, well, it was done at the end of that point in time, which was December 4th, December 5th. Look at that. So now we're starting a new trend. See what happens. So that's Engine, another token, Chainlink. Chainlink for the month of December. If I were to give you a token to buy for the month of December without saying, hey, financial advice, you know, all that, I would say Chainlink is looking really rather bullish. More than anything overall, do understand what's happening and do see back in July, the middle of July, our low is not really replicating there. Pretty big, pretty significant to see that. And if you see it did just stop at the old support level that we came in through on the end of July. So understand during Christmas, 6 months later, we're back at the same price 6 months later. This is Chainlink, and that'll probably turn you back into all-time highs coming into the month of January 22 near the end. So if you want to know what the price prediction is near the new year, we will be touching the $50 again. So if you want to double your money, perhaps a little more than that, you'll be able to see a big growth coming through on Chainlink. A lot of things happening with the Web3 and some of the projects that they just went through. So Man of the Central End is my other coin with MetaHero. We don't have time to do the MetaHero, but do understand MetaHero is building support up here. It's the metaverse. It's going to be the VR reality, virtual reality. This is a big token. It will be on my list of January 2022 to make me rich as AF. Let's see what else we have. I don't have my coffee as my mouth is drying. What did I do yesterday? Well, yesterday I sold. A lot of people want to know what I did. So I'm going to give you a heads up on what I've been doing. I've been selling my Bitcoin Army, and I've been gradually receiving about 100 more tokens. So I'm accumulating more. I said I would not buy any lower than the $5.94 price that I bought. We talked about this. This was a big deal. Everything's timestamped, so pay attention definitely to mention, as I said, selling at the $7.87 price. That was what I did last night. Put an order in, filled, bam, out. $8, I saw more. Well, I sold the rest of it. Yes, I did. I would never do that, but I still dollar cost averaged out. Got out at $8. I couldn't get to $8.20. I tried. But this is what I'm doing. Selling here, buying low. Selling here, buying low. What are we doing? We're creating new higher lows. So pay attention to that on the hourly. New higher lows. If I do touch resistance and break through the 715, 714, once we break through there, I'm going to be looking for something a little higher. The old support, maybe somewhere near here, a little more of $9. So pay attention to the $9 mark. I'll be basically taking some profits at the $9 mark. That's probably my next move. This is my strategy. So get that. Pay attention, definitely to mention on that move. Please press the like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so when we do go live, you get this stuff. But that's the Bitcoin Army move. Man at the Central End, we said. Cardano, we already know in 2022 we're going to be going through the roof. Hero, Crow. Crow's a simple one. Crow is a very simple one. Inverted head and shoulders pattern went through, and that's another one. I mean, if you really don't understand that it's on the Lakers stadium, it's at the Staples Center, which it used to be called, and now it's called Crypto.com. So if 2022 is not going to give you a substantial amount of growth, love, you don't understand how cheap this is. We're going to compare it to, let's compare it to a couple things, maybe KuCoin, maybe let's compare it to BNB, Bed and Breakfast, the Binance platform. Maybe you want to do it to that. I'm not sure. But if you do start doing things of that nature, you're going to start finding yourself at prices in the next 10 years, 5 years, even sooner. Who knows? Could you imagine? So most of us are going to be alive in the next 5 years. Most of us are going to be hoping to retire, thinking about retirement, thinking about our kids' education. I'm not really sure where you're at in your life, but I'll tell you right now, I know all these things come into play, all these come into mind, and I'll tell you right now, if you're going to start thinking about that in 2022 or perhaps in the future of the next 5 years, this is something you might want to pay attention to. BNB, I'm going to go to the monthly, and I'm going to teach you something. Look at the months it's had. So maybe you're not paying attention to the crypto market just as well as I am, forming a double top here, which scares me because in order, it does tell you forming a double top is bearish. We're doing that pretty strong on the monthly here, and I'm not really happy to see that actually live. But do understand, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we came from with BNB. So maybe you do need to be brought back to life. Maybe you need to be brought back down for a minute and understand this was a year ago. So 365 days ago, if you understand the growth and the movement, there was no Lakers Stadium, okay? They did not have Lakers Stadium to advertise. You understand? They didn't have the Lakers. They didn't have the Clippers, okay? That's another team. The sports world is booming. Understand, as I'm doing horrible drawing in my mouse here, I want you to get that the Clippers and the Lakers are now advertising for crypto. People are going to take their grandparents, people are going to take their family, and that's $19. You could have bought BNB a year ago at $19, $20. How's it doing since then? I'm just curious, and it's a platform, and I want you to understand that that's what crypto is doing. They all have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. And a lot of people think this is a joke. A lot of people are like, well, why are you harping on this? This is not TA. Well, we did TA. And I'm going to go over the two coins as I promised, but I want you to understand This is not even the full growth, but that's 3,000% on your money. That's why we're all here. That's why we are going bananas over this stuff. In 365 days, what bank, what place do you get 3,000% on your money? And if you want me to talk about it and you say, well, that's not 3,000. Okay, well, let's go to the price where it actually went to. The price BNB actually capped out on was 693 in May. So 3235, 3,200 plus profit on your money. The ticks were unbelievable. So pay attention to this kinds of things. Crypto.com, Crow, well, it's got the same potential. And it's going to take years, maybe not years, maybe 365 days. So do understand the month it had already, starting into the new world. This is Crypto.com. This is the monthly. It's had great 2 months. And understand there is more room for growth. As it can't go up forever, it must come down for a little bit. So we'll see what happens in January with this token. Like I said, January 2022. This is going to be some of my portfolio that's going to take me to the next level. So if you're looking to go to the next level, those are some of the tokens. So here we are. Without further ado, Man at Decentraland, and basically, as we said, we're going to do the Jasmine. A lot of people want to know where the heck that's going since we topped out and sold at 18 cents. It's really low now, so where are we going next is probably your most important question. Man at Decentraland, here we are without further ado for the followers. We do this for you every day. The trend is your friend from October 30th, Halloween. It's been falling since Halloween. If you want to argue that with me, we can, but I'm not going to sit here and bother. Since Halloween, there has been a pull up, but a fake dead cat bounce since, and we're getting that currently. Men at Decentraland, the trend is your friend. Well, we might be starting a new trend. The new trend might be up. So if you look here from since December 3rd, well, guess what? The trend is about to start changing. What's going to happen? Well, we're going to get some downward sideways movement here probably. But I believe some downward movement, but the fact that it went to almost $6, well, that's really going to keep its price from possibly hitting and volume coming in. As you see on the bottom here, there is volume coming in. If I look at Man at Decentraland in a whole, what's happening is the retracement head and shoulders pattern inverted. Hopefully a shoulder is forming, taking us to the 487 at the top. So if you do understand, there is high volatility. We are in the downward movement, formed a double top here, possibly going back down the retest a little bit before we see some more upward movement. Let's see. Currently right now, new higher lows, very, very bullish. That's a good sign until you decide to show me that we are going to stop getting new higher lows. And what is that? If we finish a candle at 362, 363, I'm going to be able to comfortably tell you, right now the EMA is getting a little tight. I'm going to be able to comfortably tell you we will be coming down and breaking further if we finish a 4-hour candle. Now, this 4-hour candle has 2 hours left. So if you're on the Eastern time at 11 a.m. Eastern time, New York, if you see a candle falling down below my 362 and finishing, and this is what I mean by finishing, these are called tails. Tails are the candle of the story that did not finish over before the candle changed. So time came, and the high was here on this candle, and this was the 19th hour of December 8th in the middle of the night. The 19th hour, we touched Man at Decentraland all the way to 390 almost. The bottom of that volatility move was a support level at 365. So understand, we had a huge move, 365, all the way up to 390, almost 30-cent move in a 4-hour range. You could make some money on that. Now, if we finish a candle, like I said, below the 363, 362, 4-hourly, you're going to be in trouble. There's not too much things that can help you going through there. So now we have to stay here and bounce right off. If we do not, we're going to have a big problem. So understand, the trend is your friend. We broke above the trend, and now you see we are getting support on that downward slope. It used to be resistance every time we hit, so we're managing to go a little bullish. And I told you on the relative strength, if you looked at Man at Decentraland on the strength, it's pretty strong. It's starting to change its trend, and if you see how it's coming, hit the bottom through the 30 level of my RSI that I like so much. We already know it's been $5. We already know there's talk. I've said about 10. Yes, not financial advice, but definitely do your own homework and do your own research. It's very important. But see the levels we're at. Look at the resistance. I've circled them for you. 487, 515. Know what I mean. 362 is pretty sexy right there. But right now we're not trading that. We're trading 380. So right now, Man at Decentraland is $3.80 in 2 hours. We're going to get some more sideways boring action or perhaps a price to the down. Pay attention to the downward downward movement. You can lose some money. Please be careful and do not trade on emotion, as it will kick your ass right there and then see the downward movement. Now we did something a little different, and we're getting ready to switch over to Jasmy in a second. This is what we do for you. Downward sloping M's as they finally, hopefully, turn into an upward sloping W. As you can see, this is a sloping upward W. Finally, maybe a change in the trend. Maybe something happening here from consolidating. Not 100% sure, but if I were to I bet we might go down a little more. And I don't like betting, so I'm going to look at my indicators of what's happening. Looking at the dead cat bounce, looking at how we cannot break. So what are we looking for? Well, we need to break this price. Wall Street Pete tells you right here the old support level was 422. So that's it. Heading over to Jasmy in a second. Just want you to know that is the price. If we finish a 4-hourly candle above, we'll start seeing this price, and then that price, they will follow through. You will see resistance at these levels. So understand, Men of the Central Line is trying to maybe form this W, this upward W, and give you a dead cat bounce here or there, perhaps giving you a scare. So do pay attention as we're going on a roller coaster ride through the next couple weeks. So look at that. That could be forming. That could be coming. Obviously, volatility at its finest. So pay attention, definitely to mention. If I said if we break through, there is a problem. We're not going to talk much about it. I do have a very bullish momentum belief in this. There is too much logic, too much fundamentals to stop this growth from happening. We are in a bull market. I repeat, we are in a bull market. One more coin I forgot, Harmony Token. That is no joking. This is a peer-to-peer network. I am definitely invested in this. Harmony Token, I'll tell you right now, you buy the dip, you will be having a sip or a rip eventually. Coming below, coming back to old last year. Oh, no, not last year, but it looks like the Bitcoin price, excuse me. September, just like it. But September wasn't that long ago, which is great. Coming back to September prices, we're back from there 3 months ago, looking to come back and see if we can mirror image exactly what happened. Well, what would I talk about mirror imaging? Well, that's what we did on the upswing. So then what would we do on the back end coming through? Well, that's what you're looking at. Back to the 38 cents. I will be taking profits in between my 23 and 30 cents. So there is a 23 and 30 cents on Harmony. There it is. Actually, we have the purple line. Should not be purple. Should be resistance orange, I put. But I'm going to pay attention to that. So I did buy some Harmony token real quick just to get in on that. I know you're waiting patiently for Jasmy. Oh, Jasmy is dying. Okay, so let's get rid of some of the stuff here because it is taking a beating. With this fall coming, if you pay attention, definitely to the old support resistance, 9 cents is inevitable. At this point, there's not much you could do to save it, but sit here and wait. If your money is in here and you got greedy and you didn't want to get out, well, I hate to tell you, back in October, we were touching prices. We were falling and hitting huge support levels right in the Halloween area for Jasmy. 8.5 cents was the low, actually. It was actually 8.5 cents. So you're going to have to see this here. This is going to be a big problem. If a lot of people are holding, you should have learned from your last one. What do we see here? We got 26 cents, 25 cents, a huge support. I mean, huge resistance coming in a long term. This is what's kind of happening now. Dead cat bounces all over. Dead cat bounces all over. Top peak of the head. Then we're looking for a shoulder here somewhere in this range, and then we're starting to find it. Hopefully in here is the inverted at the 8.5. It's scary, but this is what we do. Even 7.5. Wow. So let's see if we can get to the 8.5 first. That's the number one goal, somewhere above, and I'll show you a line here on Jasmy. If you see currently, that is where we're at. Currently, we are establishing some old support back on Halloween, but the problem is my concern is the FOMOing in and out of this coin. There's a bigger move and a bigger problem that occurred right when I checked off, and that's what I'm talking about here. So definitely pay attention to this as the price is getting worse and worse as I'm really starting to pay attention to what we're talking about. So 7.5 cents is scary. I'm saying 8.5. Now we're looking at 7. We're going to have to zoom in on this because this is really crazy looking. So Jasmy, however you want to name it, it's had many median means of support and resistance flipping way too much for me not to pay attention to this. So there's way too much. It's happening here significantly. And what'll happen is the FOMO out will take you to there if the volume does not occur. So I'm looking for some volume to come in here, looking for Jasmine to really come through, and you don't see the volume coming in. So if you pay attention, definitely to mention, there's nothing but a downward slope to finish. And my relative strength index chart won't save me. It's still going to fall. So pay attention to that. It's doing exactly what the price is doing here. I see it. What's up, TJ? What's up, Viral? Good morning. This is Thursday. We got through the hump day. Tomorrow's Friday. Thank gosh it is Friday. But here we go into it. Yes, we're coming into the weekend. And as I do like to take profits lately on a Friday and then buy back on the Monday. I don't know what's been going on lately, but if you've seen that history, it's been pretty tight. Buy Monday, sell Friday a little bit. It's been happening. So maybe not exactly. Maybe Sunday you're getting into, but we'll see what happens here. Relative strength index on the Jasmine token. Hit that like and subscribe. You already know we're going on a ride. Bitcoin Ami is continuing to keep my money where I need it to be. I accumulated 100 more Bitcoin Ami by selling it at 8 and buying it back at 6. It's amazing. It's amazing to be alive in the crypto world. Here we are, Jasmine. I'm just analyzing. I'm sorry. We really gave you a big, strong fall here, and I hope you don't freak out. I'm really sorry to give you this bad news. If you were trying to find out where the next price level we're going to be able to take here, it's going to be a long way. You're going to be honestly taking price profits at 10 cents again. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone. They're looking at me shaking their head like, what? Yeah, it's going to be like that. So not really good news to talk about with the Jasmine token. The only good news is that we're going to be able to buy it cheaper. So if you held, it's bad news. If you did not and you took profits, like I tell you, always take profits. Always take something. $5, $25. I mean, don't take $5, but $50, $100. Let's get real. Let's talk about some real money. Take a couple dollars. Take a couple $100. Get out. Go in for 1,000, take 20% out, take 250, put it back in and watch what happens. I just hold it like an idiot, but I would like to watch this. Well, one day, TJ, go take out of 1,000 that you have, say, take $100. What is it going to do? What is it going to do? Take $100, sell it at one of these peak resistance levels I speak of, and maybe it'll take time to get there, TJ. Put an order in. Fuck. Put it in. 18 cents. Do it. It's not coming right now. I'm not telling you that. But what I'm telling you is if you put your order in, one day you're going to look and you're going to have liquidity. You're going to have liquid. You're going to have money to buy back in on a dip on a day it does stupid shit like that. Excuse my French. So a lot of people are not understanding. A lot of people are just watching their money do this. And I'll tell you right now, that's the same thing as your money just being in the bank and just doing this. You might as well just keep it there. But in 2 years to a year, your money's doing this, then we're talking something a little different of education, right? The price is moving. We're hodling. We're moving. We're not trading on emotion. We're not making stupid, silly mistakes. That's a different method. That's understood. So anybody hodling, you're a hodl master. You want to be whoever you want to be. Understand that these are the tokens. Jasmine token. It's not looking so great for Jasmine, but we did consolidate a decent amount. So before we go and I trash talk it, let's see what's happening. Let's see where we went. Let's see the retracement level. I'm pretty sure this is going to be nasty. So here we are, without further ado, on Jasmine token. And this is going to be a rough Fibonacci level, Uncle Fibby. All right, so it's a rough. It's not exact. But if you do see, we are in a bearish form, and that's it. It confirmed it for me. I've seen enough. Right here, even if I come down a little more, it's still going to tell me we are in trouble at that level. Right here, coming down, I don't even like to do it from here, but this has to be done. 78.6. Once you fall below there in the gray zone, and usually I put it right there where it is, if it falls below here, you have to see 7.5 cents. So understand the 4-hourly candle. We have it up now. This is Jasmine. If this candle finishes and goes below this current price, you are 1,000. And I hate to say 1,000%. I hate to say 100%. Nothing is like that. You're going to see prices pretty low at this level, and it's going to happen, and you're not going to be happy. So 7 cents, 7.5 cents, we'll check off. If you finish that bar below on the 4-hourly, you got an hour and 46 minutes to really get the drift of it. I believe that the inverted head and shoulders pattern does form there. So one more time, Jasmy token, Jasmy. This is probably a 30-minute video I didn't want to do, but these are the tokens it's going to take us to get to $100,000, $10,000 to start out of $1,000. So if you want to make money in 365 days in the year of 2022, we have an exit plan and we have an enter plan. So just watch what's going on. 100 watching your money go up and down, no better than the banks learning to take your profits. Exactly. Ain't that some shiznick? The banks are actually making money off you. So instead of you making them money, how about you make yourself some profits? And that's what I'm talking about. Long-term goals. Sit in here, get a Coinbase account. I know Coinbase sucks with the fees, but if you hodl, it's not such a bad place. If you are trading active, go to the Coinbase Pro, pay $30 a month like I do, and you can go in and out of tokens, buy Bitcoinami, in and out, accumulate more Bitcoinami as I'm doing. This is silly to let your money do this. Some people actually bought Bitcoinami, knowing the metaverse, knowing what it is at this price. Some people got in worse. Understand, some people are watching my channel, and some people bought $5.94 like I did. Some people are losing it, right? So pay attention to what we're doing here. We're doing different things. I seen a gentleman tell everyone, go buy at 15. It's a great buy. That was crazy. I can't believe he said it. Go back December. There was actually a gentleman December 1st telling him. I was telling you, wait for this fall, and here we are. So we have a wonderful time frame. Look at all these levels, all these prices to hit. It's so exciting. 787 was my first target. Now we're talking about the 819 coming, so we can erase the 787, something no longer we have to worry about. This is a hot mess. I'm sorry if you don't get it, but it's old TA, and this is just what we do. We hang out here, so pay attention definitely on here. There is things we talk about outside of crypto, inside of crypto. 9 months ago, managed Decentraland trading 34 cents. We talked about this on my channel. We all got to go, TJ. It's been a long day. Told the guy, he said, good luck on your managed Decentraland. Time will tell. Good luck. I told him luck will not play a factor, although I appreciate the positive words. Technical analysis and fundamentals will get us through anything happening we may not understand. Let's get it to the moon. So Wall Street Pete, without further ado, this gentleman worked on Wall Street. That's where the name came from. This is the badge we scanned every day to get into the place. I loved it. New York Mercantile Exchange. We learned how to trade there. We watched some of the best traders in the world trade there. Millionaires. Crazy. I've seen their bank accounts. Could you imagine making 50 grand in one day? Yeah, you made 50 grand in one day, and then he handed me a $100 bill, and I looked at him and went, what? His name was Bobby Muir, and I loved him. He was a great guy, and he taught me a lot about the market. He didn't realize he taught me so much. I just watched him and learned so much. Bobby Muir, if you're out there ever listening, you're probably sitting there on an island enjoying your life. Mr. Muir, M-U-I-R, that was his badge. Used to do a couple things for him. He was a very smart man, probably riding across the world on his motorcycle, probably on his Harley $250,000 bike. Who the hell knows? Retired, sold his seat for $2.5 million. These were seats. Someone sold their spot to stand in the ring for $2.5 million in the year of 2007, 2006, before the place closed. Somebody bought that spot to have his trading spot every day. I have a trading spot on my phone now for free. I just pay fees or whatever it is. This gentleman paid and sold his seat. Imagine that. He sold his seat for $2.5 million to go into New York and trade every day in this ring. You actually owned the spot. You owned the right to be there. Some people bought it for $100 grand back in the day. So imagine buying a stadium, Yankee Stadium, buying things of that nature. So the Vikings now. I'm picking the Vikings now, Gary. I was picking the Steelers until I heard Dalvin Cook was going to play. So if that's not a line changer, come on, let's be real. If Dalvin Cook is in the game, they can be balanced and they can do what they need to do. He's probably playing just to hope that they're balanced. But I'm an expert in NFL, not a financial advisor. But hey, do like to wear many things. I'm good at what I'm good at. And the NFL and crypto trading are two things I'm good at. I'll give you a list more if I could, but that's for another day. But pay attention. Some people made millions of dollars in here. It blows my mind. They left and sold their seat, their spot to trade for millions. And some people, knowing that it was becoming extinct, bought it anyway, knowing that they could possibly make a couple million before they left. So it's a crazy world. This is where I work. This is true stuff. I worked on the NYMEX, and people actually sold their spot to trade on this floor for millions of dollars. It was getting crazy. So everyone threw their money into the middle of the ring here. You threw your card, you wrote your trade, and you threw it in there. It was wild. So we're going to have a good day. Wall Street, Pete, SICKDOE, and crypto. It's Christmas time. Those are your coins to get you through the 2022 season, through the year of January 2022 starts on New Year's. So we'll be with you on Christmas. We'll be with you on New Year's. We don't take days off for that. So Wall Street Pete, SICKDOE in crypto. Want to learn how to make SICKDOE in crypto? You hit the like, you hit the subscribe, and then we talk about it. So we'll talk about Sandbox possibly in the near future, maybe tonight if you're lucky. Leave it in the comments section as we're getting off. And after the video, we'll talk more about these tokens if you give us enough comments. So we'll talk more. We have another video coming tonight. It's Thursday night. Have a great day.